Hey there everybody, this is Lee with Creative2xmom, and today I'm going to be sharing with you what is in our May morning basket. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Lee and this is Creative2xmom. This channel is all about parenting, homeschooling, and thriving in the day-to-day. And if you're looking for the perfect homeschool, this just isn't it. But if you're looking for a homeschool mom who has tried a lot of things and discovered what works for her family and is imperfectly perfect, well, welcome. Today's video is all about our May morning basket, and I have a ton of stuff in front of me that I want to share with you. This is also in collaboration with April at The Simple Rugged Path, Lindsay at Bytes of Memory, and Michelle at The Brave Homeschooling Mama. They have been joining me the last couple of months to bring you guys lots of good ideas for morning baskets. So check out the links down below for links to their channels. So like I said, we are in May and we are starting to wind down our homeschool year. We are not year-round homeschoolers, although I do try to squeeze in as much sneaky learning as I can over the summer. I'm also going to be posting a video in May about our summer learning plans, so stay tuned for that one. So as we are winding down our school year and getting ready to go into the summer, our approach to education and learning takes a turn. I feel like even in the public school system, teachers do this every year as we come into that home stretch of the school year after testing and the weather is nice. It just becomes a lot of fun, a lot of hands-on learning, a lot of just easing into the summer, finishing out the school year. So for Bible this month, we are doing things a little bit differently. I purchased these 3-minute devotionals for my kids and I put them in their Christmas stockings last year, and then I forgot about them. And I thought, wait a minute, I purchased those for a reason. So what we have been doing the last couple weeks, and we're going to do in May, is we all sit down together. It's a 3-minute devotional. It's focused on reading the scripture verse for a minute and meditating on that, reading the devotional for the second minute, and then praying for the third. And there's a sample prayer. So this is the one that I have for my 7-year-old. It's called 3-Minute Devotions for Little Hearts. This is for age range about 5 to 8 years. And then my 2 older children have older ones in the same line that they keep in their room. But we bring them all out together in the morning. We set a timer. We do our 3 minutes together. I have my Oswald Chambers, my utmost for his highest. I do the same thing with the kids. I model it. My hope is that this will become habitual so that it's something that we can carry through the summer and doesn't lapse. That's why I'm really focusing on it right now. So I always have some science items in our morning basket, some history items, Bible, read aloud, and then we have kind of a fun focus area. So for our history, we have been doing history of the world, the medieval time period, but we are finishing it. We will finish it the last week of April. And this is pretty typical for us. We do 2 lessons a week as long as we can. There's some weeks that doesn't happen, and we usually finish around the end of April. So we take May, and I ask the kids, what continent do you want to learn about? Last year it was Africa. This year we are talking about South America. So I have been pulling a lot of picture books for South America. So the first one I have is Too Many Tamales, 8 Days, A Story of Haiti, The Umbrella, Gotta Love Jan Brett, What Do You Do with a Paleta, and The Great Kabak Tree. I don't think I have read any of these other than probably The Umbrella. So we are going to be learning through South America and using a lot of picture books in our morning basket. Of course, there will be other stuff when we do history, but this is one of the things we want to put into our morning basket to share together. And I'm also going to get a map of South America printed out to put in there as we are learning about the different countries. So for our science focus, we are just moving into a short, quick, brief study on space. We're going to be talking about moon phases. We're going to be talking about different planets. We're going to be talking about space travel, but something that I thought I would put in the morning basket as just a little sort of preview in the morning is this book called A Life Aboard a Space Station. So I thought this would be really neat. I don't have time to include everything into our science study this year, but this was something that I thought, okay, we could do a brief little overview in the morning. I always find it interesting to think about how life must be so much different when you're in space. My kids were asking me that the other day about, okay, well, how do the astronauts do this? How do they do that in space? Different things like that. So we will be picking and choosing different sections from this book. There is also a YouTube channel where the astronauts come on and they talk about different day-to-day things that they do and how it's different in space, the different tools they need to use to do it. And so I thought that would be fun to watch just a couple of videos a week. I know there's one about washing your hair, there's one about exercising, there's one about brushing your teeth. So I'm going to link a blog post down below and it will have in it a link to that YouTube channel so that you can use those videos as well. Of course, we love Professor Noggins, so we have the Outer Space game. I picked up these Brain Buster cards over Christmas at the Dollar Tree. And one of them that I picked up was the space one because my 7-year-old is obsessed with space, so I'm going to put that in our morning basket. And then my 11-year-old asked me the other day if we were going to be doing constellations, and I had not included constellations into our study. But I thought, okay, here's one way that we can do it without making it a larger part of the unit study, and that is to work on this constellation memory game. I got this off Amazon, which I will also put in that blog post, but it says it's by Pomegranate Kids. And we've played it a few times. It's really fun, but it is very challenging, so I'm going to put it in our morning basket so we can start to learn the constellations. For our extra focus this month, we are talking about a little bit about birds. We have done some bird study in the past, and I will link all those videos down below. I think I have 2 or 3 on birds and the items that we've used. But I'm just going to pull out these cards. I found these printable cards. They were the 3-part Montessori, but what I did is I just printed the ones with the words on them, and until we learn to identify them, I'm going to keep this attached, and then after we've learned several of them, I'm going to cut them off and have the kids match them. And I also want to do something with plants, maybe something with herbs this month, but I found this printable 3-part again from the same site, and it's a lot of flowers. So violets, jasmine, we've been talking about irises, we've been talking about tulips and daffodils and aster. So again, same thing, we're gonna work on memorizing these and then I'll cut them apart. I also have an order that has not arrived yet, one of the Dover coloring books that is herbs, and that's really what I wanted to focus on this month, but I couldn't find a card or a way of memorizing them that way. So I'm excited that when those come, then we can spend some time learning about different herbs to use, both in recipes and medicinally, and getting some experience with that part of the plant world. Okay, for our read aloud, we do our read alouds in the evenings before the kids go to bed. My husband has been doing the chapter books with the kids, and we are still working on the Shakespeare Stealer. Shakespeare was our focus for the month of April. So we started the first one. Now, they are almost done with it and should finish in the next couple days. I don't know if they're going to want to continue on in the series. I was able to reserve the full series from the library. So I kind of think they're going to want to continue to the 2nd and 3rd books. If they do, I have this, and then that's just what we'll do. We're ahead a little bit on our read alouds this year, so I'm fine with them continuing on in the series if they want to. If they choose not to, I picked up this book, Heroes of History. It's about Alan Shepard. We are, like I said, moving into our space unit, and you read so much about Neil Armstrong that I wanted to pull in another astronaut that the kids could study. So I grabbed that one. And then in the car, I have a Christian Heroes then and now about Nate Saint, and he was a missionary to South America. So this will pull us into our history study as well. This one's going to go into the car. We are currently listening to Writing Freedom by Pam Munoz Ryan, and it's really, really good. So that is one that we will listen to moving into May as well. But I'm going to have this to go in next. So that's the items in our May morning basket. I hope you guys got some inspiration and some ideas from this video. Don't forget to check the description box below for all the links to these products and to my co-host channel. And we will see you guys next time. Bye guys.